everyone, it's me, Vicki. Welcome to Advanced Yoga today. This is a nice, short, fun class. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start facing you in mountain pose. Let's stand nice and tall, feet rooted to the ground, crown lifted to the sky, eyes dim or gaze shifted down. Take a moment to breathe a nice deep breath. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply through the nose. Let it all go. Let's try that again. Inhale, nice deep breath. Exhale it out through the nose. Let it go. One more, inhale. Exhale, let it out. Breathe nice and evenly now. Your inhale, perhaps to a 4 count. Your exhale, perhaps to a 4 count, if you can. Practicing some equal ratio breathing. Letting the day settle in. Some of our day is over already, and some of it is just beginning. So inhaling to a count of 4. Exhaling to a count of 4. Let the breath fill the lungs, perhaps deeper than you've breathed all day. Exhale, release the carbon dioxide from the lungs, perhaps more than you have all day. Really empty out. Allow that breath to be equal ratio. If you're breathing a little more deeply, your ratio may be 5 count inhale to 5 count exhale. Or it might be a 6 count to a 6 count. Whatever it is for you. 3 more. Today I am balanced. We will practice balance today. And the balance will be in and around all of our poses, integrated into the practice. When we come to those times of balance, we come back to our mantra today. I am balanced today. Good. Let's float the eyes gently open when you're ready. Inhale the arms up overhead. Hands touch at the top. Gaze to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Head bowed to the fingers. I am balanced today. Let's separate the feet just a little bit wider. We'll do some side stretches to start. So inhale up. Let's take that left hand, grab the right wrist, and take a nice half moon shape over to your left. Breathing, gaze shifted up if you wish. Coming back to center, inhale. Exhale, switch the hands around, holding onto the left wrist. Take your half moon shape to the opposite side. Good, coming back to center, try that again. Inhale, center. Exhale, half moon. Back to center, inhale. Exhale, half moon. Stay with this pattern as you come back to center, or for more sensation, bring your feet back together. Inhale. Exhale, half moon. Back to center. Inhale, make sure you're switching the hand to the opposite wrist each time. Good, back to center. One more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, center, and exhale. Come back to center. Separate the hands. Let the palms touch and exhale those hands back to your heart. I am balanced today. Practicing my yoga. Let's walk to the front of our mat, starting into some half sun salutations. Stand tall in mountain. Inhaling, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, release back to your fold. Inhale, rise, reverse your swan dive, hands together, little back bend to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale, release down. Inhale, rise all the way up, little back bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhaling up. Exhaling, swan diving to forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, rise. I am balanced today. Lift the heart. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 breaths. Pause. So we'll be adding on to this, dropping the arms to mountain. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale down. Stepping the left leg back, kneeling, lunge. Take your time. Arms up, stretch. Inhale, breathe, sink down into this. Can we bring the hands together and twist out, prayer, twist to the right. Back up to those arms overhead. Same thing again, hands together, prayer, twist to the right. Back up again. One more time, prayer, twist to the right. Arms up again, stretch, breathe, sink into this. Reverse circle your arms and let them frame your front foot. As you tuck your back toe, lift the knee, plank pose. Breathe. Strong, shoulders over wrists. Nice strong core. Let's draw the belly towards the spine for our first downward facing dog. Take a moment to move around a little bit in this downward facing dog. Taking opportunity here for a few more breaths, just to explore the body, to check in. Down dog is such a great check-in for ourselves. How does the body feel today without any judgment? Good, now let's move into a series of flow, plank to dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog. Let's bend the knee, bring the foot between the hands for runner's lunge, and float back to forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive. Come all the way up, little back bend. Hands to heart center, 2 breaths. Good. Back to mountain, adding on. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale down. Right foot steps back for kneeling lunge. Take your time. Arms can lift if you wish. Sinking down, breathing. Hands come together, little prayer twist to the left. Back up again, arms overhead. Prayer twist to the left again. Come back up, beautiful. Prayer twist, last one. Arms up, breathe, pause, enjoy. I am balanced. Reverse circle the arms and bring them to frame the foot, tuck the back toe, lift the knee, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Good, and we'll do our plank to dog flow again. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Good. Beautiful. Let's inhale that right leg to 3-legged dog. Nice big stretch. Bend the knee, bring the foot between the hands for runner's lunge. And find your way back to your forward fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Little back bend. Hands to heart center. Breathe. One more breath. Let's add on to this. Inhaling up. Exhale, let go. Swan dive. Lifting halfway up. And exhale, release down. Left leg steps back to runner's lunge this time. Let's take this to a full high lunge, arms overhead. Breathe. Bringing the hands together, prayer twist to the right. Arms back up overhead. Prayer twist to the right. Little flow here, arms back overhead. Prayer twist to the right. Arms back overhead, breathe, pause. I am balanced today. Arms come around, frame the foot, step back to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time we'll take this to a full series of 3 vinyasa flows. Inhale, plank pose, exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward dog. Same thing again, inhale, plank, exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog, exhale, downward dog. One more, inhale, exhale, inhale, downward dog, breathe. Good, 2 breaths. Nice job. Let's lift that left leg to 3-legged dog. Placing the foot between the hands, runner's lunge, float to forward fold. This time softening the knees, chair pose. Arms out in front if you wish, or you can take the hands to heart option. On your next inhale, hands together, lift up to the sky, little back bend. Joyful, balanced today. Hands come to the heart. Pause. 2 breaths. Very nice. Let's try this again. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale halfway. And exhale down. Right leg steps back for that runner's lunge. Now you can stay here or come to your high lunge. Breathe. Hands together, prayer twist to the left. and back up again. Prayer twist to the left, stay with it, and back up again. Prayer twist to the left. Back up again, breathe, pause. I am balanced today. Reverse circle the arms, hands frame the foot, stepping back to plank pose. Exhaling, downward dog, pause, 2 breaths. Very nice. Let's take 3 vinyasa flows. Inhale to plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Stay with it at your own pace. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last one. You can always take a little break. If it's a little too much for you, you can build up to this later. Down dog, 2 breaths. Very nice job. Inhale, right leg, 3-legged dog. Let's bend the knees, step the foot between the hands, runner's lunge, and float back to your fold. Breathing. Softening the knees, chair pose. Pause there. Good. On your next breath, slowly come up, hands together, little back bend. Hands to heart. Breathe. 2 breaths. Very good. Let's move ahead. Let's add on to this. When you're ready, I'll change it around a little bit. Drop the arms, inhale. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale down. Left leg steps back for runner's lunge again. We'll go back to our high lunge. We were here before. And let's take 1 prayer twist to the right, just 1. That prayer twist. Bringing yourself back up. Beautiful. Now can we spiral to warrior 2? Opening and flattening that back foot, toes forward on that back foot. Breathing. Let's reverse this warrior. Stay strong. Now very carefully back to your high lunge. Taking your prayer twist again to the right. I am balanced. Arms back up overhead. Reverse circle those arms. Plant them next to that front foot. Plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time just 1 vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Now on your next breath, inhale to plank. Can we open to side plank towards your left? It actually doesn't matter which way you're going because we're going to reverse it. Back to plank. Side plank, opposite side. And bring that back to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Beautiful job. Inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring the foot between the hands, runner's lunge, and back to your forward fold. Bend the knees, chair pose. Option to balance. Awkward chair, heels lifted. Let's drop those heels, hands together. Little back bend. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take 2 breaths, very nice. Trying that on the other side. Drop the arms, inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down to fold. Lift halfway to your flat back. And exhale to your fold. Stepping the right leg back. Here's that runner's lunge. Option for the high lunge once again. And right into that prayer twist to the left. One time. Arms back up overhead for high lunge. Let's open to warrior two. Breathe. Notice that breath. Is it possible to find your equal ratio again in the breathing as we go to reverse warrior? Take your time. We're spiraling back to our high lunge, no rush. And back to our prayer twist to the left. Arms back overhead. Reverse circle the arms. Hands straighten the foot. Plank pose. Belly to spine, downward facing dog. Good. One more breath. Let's take one vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Nice. And back to our plank pose. We'll spiral open to the right side for your side plank. You can railroad the legs or stack them in the feet. Exhale to plank pose. And trying the opposite side. Side plank, opposite side. Very nice. Back to plank pose, downward facing dog. Breathe for 2 breaths. Nice job. Let's lift that right leg to 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Finding your forward fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Option for awkward chair with the heels lifted. Let's drop those heels, come all the way up, little back bend at the top, yay. Nice smile on your face. Hands to heart. I am balanced today. One more nice breath. Good. Let's move along, almost as if we're climbing a little mountain. We'll add one more sequence on here. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, come back down. Left leg steps back for our runner's lunge or high lunge, so you choose. Little prayer twist to the right. Just one. Come back up to high lunge. Let's open to our warrior two. We were here before. Find your breathing. Nice and steady. Always a steady breath. Right? Reverse the warrior. Good. Now, let's take this to reverse triangle, straightening that front leg. Coming into full triangle, reaching that arm forward towards your front wall. Palms face forward now, palms of the hands forward. And coming into those windmilled arms, almost like a 6 o'clock shape of those arms. Look up if you wish. Nice job. As you exit this pose, lift up from your core, let those fingers reach to the sky. Reverse triangle, back into reverse warrior. Nice stretch, beautiful job. Can we spiral around to our high lunge? One last time here. And yes, one more prayer twist to the right. I am balanced today. Arms back up overhead. Reverse circle those arms. Hands frame the foot. Plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take one vinyasa flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good, and now we'll spiral into side plank. Doesn't matter which side you're going. You might want to try stacking your feet this time. Or a little fun option to lift that outer leg up. Little fun. Let's come back to plank and try the other side. Side plank with the legs railroad or stacked. Lift the outer leg if you wish for a little option. And coming back to plank. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Nice job. Inhale, left leg, 3-legged dog. Foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Let's step back to our forward fold. Bend the knees, chair pose. Awkward chair if you wish. Now option from your awkward chair to bring hands to heart and find your little thunderbolt. All the way down. Breathe. Can we take our thunderbolt back to awkward chair? Heels are still lifted. Inhale to mountain, little back bend. Beautiful, hands to heart. Take 2 breaths. Nice work. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. Let's step our right leg back to runner's lunge or choose high lunge if you like, if you can. You can always work up to this, of course. Prayer twist to the left, just one time. Arms back overhead. Good, and we'll open to warrior 2 here. Breathe. Equal ratio breathing if possible. Inhaling and exhaling. Reverse your warrior. Stretch, breathe. Come to reverse triangle with a straight front leg. We'll take this to full triangle. Palms face your back wall. Arms windmill to 6 o'clock. Breathing. Trust your body here. Trust your breath. To exit this pose, use your core muscles and lift yourself up. Back to reverse triangle. Legs are still straight. Bending the front leg to reverse triangle. And now we'll make our way back to high lunge. Take your time. Facing the front of the mat. One more prayer twist here. Arms back up to high lunge. Reverse circle those arms, frame your front foot. Stepping back to plank. And back to downward facing dog. Good job. Breathe. Let's take one vinyasa. Inhale forward. Exhale low plank. Inhale up dog. Exhale down dog. Good. Let's inhale back to plank pose and open to a side plank. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Option to lift that outer leg. Bringing that back down, come back to plank, and we'll spin to the opposite side. Again, feet can be stacked or not. Outer leg can lift or not, if you wish. And back to your plank. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale, right leg lifts. Stepping the foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Forward fold is at the front of your mat. Bend the knees. Chair pose. Good. Let's lift the heels, awkward chair. Now again, there's that option, hands to heart, to come down all the way down. Hips towards ground. or I should say hips towards heels for your thunderbolt. Breathe. Arms come out, back up to awkward chair. Drop the heels, little back bend, or maybe it's a big one this time because our sequence is over. Hands to heart, gentle smile. Breathe. I am balanced today. Let's step out to face me with wide legs. We're wider than hips now. Let's turn the toes out more diagonal toward the corners of your mat. Coming into just a little goddess flow. Let's come to our 5-point star, bending our knees to goddess. Inhale up again. Exhale to goddess. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Now this one will pause right here in our goddess. Let's wrap our left arm under our right for eagle arms. Elbows lift to shoulder height. Breathe. Good. 2 more breaths. Opening to goddess arms. Let's switch those arms now. So your right one comes under the left. And we bring our elbows up to shoulder height. Nice stretch through the upper back. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Inhale and release to goddess. All the way up to 5-point star. Beautiful job. Let's draw the heels out or the toes in. Hands to the hips. And we'll toe heel out. Some of you might want to come out a little wider here. As we inhale, lift the heart up. And exhale, come through flat back. Shift the weight more to your heels. And then relax into a nice straddle stretch here. And let that neck empty, right? Shake the head a little bit. If you feel any tension in your neck, from the sequence we did earlier, just let that go. And a couple of you might want to toe heel out here. Come into a nice big straddle if your body will allow, maybe even the head on the ground. Just breathing. Option to just gently lay your hands over top of the front of your feet, tops of your feet. Breathe. Just let go. Good. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Again, notice the pace of your breathing. You might feel it slowing down just a little bit. One more. Good. Now use your hands to support you. Just bring yourself back up there. Let's toe heel in. To come to a little prayer squat. So legs are a little closer now, a little wider than hips. Toes out as we bend the knees, hands to heart center for our prayer squat. Little prayer squat flow today. Let's drop that left hand to the ground. Inhale, right arm up. And then perhaps half bind that right arm behind the back. Good, let's switch. Right hand next to right foot. Left arm lifts up. Half bind behind the back. Good, now both hands in front. Keep the feet where they are. And can we just press on the hands, stand up to a wide fold with toes out, just to let that go for a moment. 1 more breath. Then bring yourself right back into that prayer squat if you can. Good. Now this time, our left hand will come down next to the foot, right arm up. Let's half bind that. Now those that would like to try taking this left arm around front of the shin. You might find a full bind there if your fingers can clasp, perhaps at the first knuckle there. Then roll that right shoulder back for a bound prayer squat. Good. Let's release that, and we'll take that right hand next to the foot. Left arm in the air. Start with your half bind. Maybe that's all for today. Some will feed the right arm around front of that right shin. Clasp the fingers if you can reach them today. Roll that left shoulder back. Shift the gaze up and breathe. Good. Let's untangle that. Hands back down where we started, pressing back up again. This time as you hang here, can you toe heel the feet in so that we're basically in a forward fold here. Good. Let's bend our knees, chair pose. Yay. Back to this, right? Good. Now let's take our hands to our heart, come to a little awkward chair, and we'll come down to our thunderbolt. Some of you were here before, right? Good. Now today we practiced a lot of twisting. Let's see if we can twist to the left and put both hands outside of that left foot. So your knees are basically facing forward. Here we can practice a side crow, if it is in your practice, by shifting your weight forward and tucking those legs just over top of that tricep there, right? Maybe touching the big toes together. And then bring that back down. We'll come back to center. Little thunderbolt. Breathe. Doesn't matter how or what we did, right? But let's shift, twist to the right side with our hands on the ground. Knees generally are facing forward. And we'll try our side crow here as we shift the weight. Let the legs sit a little bit on top of that tricep. Big toes to touch. Breathe. And then bring yourself back down again. Back to center. Hands to heart, bow your head to your fingers. I am balanced today. See, it's the yoga that brings that balance back, right? Let's sit down from here. Legs out straight in front of you. Inhaling, lifting arms up. And just like we're standing, swan diving down to a fold here, bringing the heart towards the toes. Breathe. Just breathe. Two more breaths. Now let's draw the belly in, slide the hands back behind you, incline plank pose. As we lift the hips up, draw the shoulders down, open the chest here. Two more breaths. Exhale the hips down and melt right back into that fold. Our last one. If you'd like to, if it feels good, take one hand and put the palm of that hand over the sole of the foot, and then the other one. Just let yourself feel that connection, hand to foot, foot to hand. I am balanced. Two more breaths. Good, draw the belly in. Now let's see if we can sit nice and tall here for our last series of twisting in our Lord of the Fishes series by bending our left leg, right? So that right leg's still nice and long. And today we'll see if we can this left arm inside that left foot. Then turn the palm of that hand out. And again, just like you did in the prayer squat, wrap it around that shin. And then bring that right arm behind and see if they can meet. Okay. And then just roll that right shoulder back. Squeeze the legs together. Our last twist, the pinnacle of our twisting today. Twisting and just letting go. Let's release that. Bring that leg long. Let's bend that opposite leg. We'll do the same thing here. So we're sitting tall now. This right arm will come inside and then turning the palm away, wrapping that shin, right, with that arm. And we'll see if this left arm can come around and meet it. And then we'll roll that left shoulder back, squeezing legs together. Really opening some space in your back. This opens up a lot of space underneath your shoulder blades. Sometimes we get a little congestion in that space underneath that blade. Right? One more breath. Good. Let's untangle and release. You can just keep the legs right like they are and just roll yourself back gently. Bend both knees and place the feet flat. So this is the time in class when we're doing a bridge pose or wheel pose. So it depends how warm you are and what your practice entails on a general basis and how you feel today. Either way, we're going to lift the hips. Those practicing bridge, keep your arms to your sides. Those practicing wheel, bring the hands next to your ears, fingertips facing you. And we'll come up for our wheel or bridge pose, taking our 5 breaths. Nice deep breaths. Good, and when you're complete, slowly bring yourself down. If you went to wheel, knock the knees together, hands on the belly for a couple breaths. See how you feel right now. I am cueing one more. So one more bridge or one more wheel, or maybe that was enough for you. So you choose, right? Let's bring the feet flat, knees apart again, hips distance, and choose your bridge or your wheel for 5 more breaths. Whatever is calling you, whatever variation that you use, just breathe. 3 more. Remember, if you're in wheel, you'll have to tuck that head, tuck the chin, release, knock the knees, hands on the belly, relax. For our last stretch today, we will go ahead to supine pigeon pose. So let's bring the knees, hips distance apart again. We'll place the left ankle onto the right thigh and lifting the right leg up, perhaps holding onto that thigh. So drawing this shape in towards your heart center. Just breathing. Notice the breath here. It's slower now. There's a little less work to do. But see if you can still find that equal ratio breathing. Now those that want a little more hip stretch today, and if you're still feeling a little bit energetic, you can leave the legs like this and just bring yourself up to shoulder stand pigeon for a little more inversion here if you prefer. Once again, staying here in the shape, supporting yourself at your lower back with your hands very strongly. One of you watching, maybe a couple of you watching, might take this figure 4 pigeon shape into full plow here with that one leg over. It's a much deeper stretch into the left hip. So taking this to the variation of your choice. What your body is calling for today. If you practice this video again, it might be something different. It might not be what you did today, right? One more breath. Very carefully coming out of that plow, if you were there, back to the shoulder stand. And then slowly we'll roll ourselves down from that. Take your time. Setting up our pigeon on the other side, right ankle to left thigh. Again, lifting the left leg for a little more stretch there. And we'll linger here for a moment. Just getting that nice stretch into the right hip rotator. Right. Notice your lower back connected to the earth here. And for some of you, this might be a nice place to stay. There's really no need to do anything else. If you feel the balance in your body here, then stay here. If you feel you want to try for the shoulder stand, release your arms, hold on to your hips so that you can maneuver the hands behind the back, right? And then just find that shoulder stand with the pigeon, figure 4, the pigeon shape. And again, you don't have to go any further, or if you're moving to plow, right, you're just going to continue with that left leg coming over. Perhaps the toes will hit the ground, perhaps they won't. Wherever you are, breathe. Take a few more breaths. Good, just one more. Now, if you're in that plow, carefully back to your shoulder, stand still, supporting yourself at your waist. And gently, gently bring yourself down. Take your time, roll down. Widen the feet, pinky toes to the edges of the mat, arms out to a T, and gently windshield wiper the legs. Just side to side a few times. If you feel that you have to linger on one side a little bit, that's fine. Just listen to what the body needs here with this rolling, like a massage for the hips, basically. Taking your time to bring yourself all the way back to center and allow yourself to melt into your Shavasana here. So legs are long, arms to your sides. Let yourself get comfortable any way that you can. It might even mean shifting your back a little bit, or your head or your neck. Let the toes fall out a little more diagonally to the corners. Again, let the breath settle down so it becomes, over time, even slower. We did a lot of work today in a very short amount of time, so we need to give the body time to come back to its natural state of these steady breaths, slower now. Feeling the balance in the body from these movements that we did. Taking some time to rest in your Shavasana. Reminding yourself that when you work hard, we need our rest. Always honoring the work that we do with the rest. This is all part of balance. Allow your eyes to close if you haven't already. Becoming aware again of your body lying here on this mat. It's very balanced body, balanced mind. And bringing yourself awake perhaps by wiggling fingers and toes. Or just maybe moving the legs gently from side to side or rolling a little bit on your hips. Taking some time for some gentle shifting, some gentle movement so that you can roll yourself over onto one side of your mat. Take a moment here to pause and to thank yourself for practicing yoga today, for keeping yourself balanced. And then when you are ready, slowly bringing yourself up to a seat for a moment. And join me in the seat if you'd like here. Let's finish this practice today by bringing our hands simply to heart center to honor ourselves. And to remind ourselves that staying in balance is work. And so we practice work and we practice rest. And today we did a lot of poses that practiced balance. Practicing your yoga will keep you in balance, even if you do a little bit every day. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.